Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the 76ers because I don't know how soon I'll be able to get a video up after the game because I live in the UK and there's like a ridiculous time difference. But anyway, with the last game, so obviously the 76ers won, and with that, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that the best player on the 76ers is Joel Embiid. And the problem that the 76ers have had since having both these players is that obviously you want a duo. Like everybody has always wanted, a Shaq and Kobe. Like who wouldn't want that type of a combination? I mean, obviously we've moved more towards actual super teams as opposed to duos, but I mean, when you have Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid on paper, it sounds ridiculous, but in practice, Joel Embiid is really good and Ben Simmons isn't. I mean, Ben Simmons just takes up space and he's a liability at the end of a game. He's kind of, in my opinion, he's like, he gives you, he's almost as much of a liability as Russell Westbrook is at the end of a game, but just for a different reason. Oh, sorry, that was my phone. But anyway, with Joel Embiid, he gives you anything you need. He gives you defense, he gives you outside shooting, he gives you mid range, he gives you post play, whatever you need. Ben Simmons gives you like above average level distribution, which I guess that's okay. Sometimes he might give you, mid 20s, low 30s, which, that's okay. He's supposed to be a good defender, I guess, but in the playoffs, people's weaknesses get exposed, and it's obvious Ben Simmons has a lot of weaknesses. So I think the obvious elephant in the room is that I think the 76ers front office is regretting not trading him when he had value. Because at this point, like, who really thinks Ben Simmons can contribute to a championship effort? I mean, I definitely don't. And then on the flip side, when you look at the way the Atlanta Hawks front office has managed this situation, I mean, they're looking great. Like, let's just be honest. I mean, yeah, could they have had Luka Doncic? Sure. But Luka Doncic is problematic. He's a problematic personality. Super talented guy. Super talented, but he's a problem. I mean, I don't think his teammates have any problems with him, but obviously Rick Carlisle didn't particularly like him. And, there's people in the media that don't particularly like him. He's not that good of a person. Meanwhile, Trae Young, is he cocky? Sure, but super likable guy, super entertaining. More than just his game, just he's an entertaining character, which counts for a lot. And he performs, which counts for even more. And then that team constructed around Trae Young, which nobody thought that he would be able to do anything in the NBA, is perfect. I mean, you got John Collins who get their lives too. They have shooters. It's a well-constructed team. And obviously that's true because they're just at the very edge of making it to the Eastern Conference Finals. And Trae Young is still brand new to the NBA, which tells us now, for a lot of us, we were mad that we're not getting a traditional NBA playoff experience. We don't see Kevin Durant in the finals. We don't see Steph Curry in the finals. We don't see LeBron in the finals. But what we are seeing is the NBA post this era. Now, me, I'm not particularly young. Like, I'm almost 30. And I've already kind of experienced my transition into a different NBA. So to me, this is just another version of that. It's not really a problem for me. This is actually really interesting. And I like seeing Devin Booker, seeing Trae Young, seeing Joel Embiid, seeing these guys taking over the league is highly entertaining. But I do think that for the 76ers, because that is what this video is about. This video is about the 76ers. For the 76ers to reach their potential, I think that they need to go ahead and focus on Joel Embiid as the focal point. They need to get Joel Embiid the same type of whatever LeBron James is doing in the offseason, whatever steroids he's taking, get Joel Embiid on the same steroids. Because that shit has been keeping LeBron healthy for I don't know how long. Joel Embiid needs that same thing. Go ahead, send Ben Simmons somewhere else for whatever you can get for him, and just build this team around Joel Embiid and his unique, potentially historic talents. And Philadelphia, y'all will be all right.